There is a question that most people never ask. Not because it is too difficult. Because it is too uncomfortable. The question is this: of everything you are worried about right now, how much of it is actually yours to control? Epictetus asked this question 2,000 years ago, in a room full of students who had come to learn philosophy. And his answer, precise, unsparing, and completely unlike anything they expected, became the foundation of everything. Some things, he said, are up to us. And some things are not. That is the whole argument. That is, in 2 sentences, the entire structure of a life well lived. And yet most people spend their entire lives acting as though this distinction does not exist. What is up to us? Opinion, motivation, desire, aversion. The movements of our own mind, these are ours. We generated them. We can examine them, question them, redirect them. They belong to us in a way that nothing external ever can. What is not up to us? Everything else. The body, reputation, position, the opinions of other people. Whether you get the promotion or lose the case or contract the illness. Whether the market goes up or the relationship survives. Whether people recognize your worth. None of that is yours. And here is what makes Epictetus different from every comfort-giving philosopher who came before him: he does not soften this. He does not say, well, you can influence those things, you can try your best, you can increase the odds. He says, they are not yours. Stop treating them as if they are. Stop organizing your entire emotional life around things that were never in your power. Ta hēmin kai tauk hēmin. The things up to us and the things not up to us. Learn to tell the difference. Then act accordingly. The man who confuses these 2 categories will always be anxious. He cannot help it. He has staked his peace on outcomes he cannot control, on the behavior of people he cannot command, on a future that has not yet decided what it will do. He works himself into exhaustion, not because the work is hard, but because he is working in the wrong direction, pushing against what cannot be moved. The woman who has made this distinction clearly, she is something else entirely. She still acts. She still pursues. She still shows up and does the work. But she has detached her well-being from the result. She controls what she can control, and she releases everything else without bitterness or shock. Because she never claimed it in the first place. This is not passivity. Epictetus was not describing a man who shrugs at everything. He was a slave. He knew, better than most, exactly what it meant to have almost nothing under your control. And what he found, the thing he is trying to hand you, is that even then, one thing remains. The quality of your response. The direction of your mind. The choice of how to meet what comes. That cannot be taken. Not by any master. Not by any illness. Not by any reversal of fortune. Most people give that away voluntarily. They hand it over to the nearest provocation, to a traffic jam, a critical comment, a slow email reply. They let the external world dictate the internal one. And they call this living. Epictetus called it slavery. Begin here. Not with a grand plan for your life, not with a new system or a resolution. Begin with one question, asked honestly, each time something pulls at you. Is this up to me? If yes, engage. Think carefully. Act with full effort. If no, release it. Not with resignation, but with the understanding that what is not yours was never yours to begin with. This is where philosophy begins. Not in a book. In the gap between what you can control and what you cannot. Learn to stand in that gap without flinching. That is the whole practice. And it will take everything you have. Subscribe to StoicForge for weekly episodes from the greatest minds in history. Ancient wisdom. Modern edge.
That was episode 1 of our Epictetus series, the Discourses. 2,000 years ago, a slave with a broken leg wrote the most liberating philosophy ever recorded. In episode 2, we go deeper, into who you are when no one is watching, and whether your character holds. Subscribe to StoicForge so you don't miss it. This is StoicForge. Ancient wisdom. Modern edge.